Hello and welcome all to the Time Traveler's Tavern, where there's tales from it and other things. Yeah, I said things. Alright, I will be your navigator and captain, Deadpaw, taking you on this informative journey. Informative of what? We still don't know. But that's why we have our wonderful net guru and all-around frumpy, colorful commentary provided by my good friend Toast.
I'm closer to white bread than rye.
Fair enough. And over to the other side, we have Mr.E. Not as an ecstasy. It's more of a pun on mystery, not Mr. and E. Alright, Mr.E. in the studio with us today.
Indeed.
Alright, today we're going to go down a traveling line of science and fiction, or science fiction, or fictional science, and all that kind of good stuff. Just add some ghouls and weird friggin' monsters running around and be like, hey, it's Fallout 5, Detroit.
The only problem with that is...
Or it gets real.
The only problem with that is, what about Indiana? Because they have Gary. Wrong Gary.
Same spelling.
Gary. All of a sudden, Gary Busey shows up. No!
How did they not had him? How is it they've not had him show up to their city?
He probably has, and just stared at the sign, just pointing, with ire in his eyes, and a trembling fist going, mine! Gary! But no, so we didn't actually ever figure out how to introduce this segment, other than the fact that Mr. E is a fan of the obscure and or useless crap that nobody ever needs to know, and he likes telling people what it is. His life is full of trivial pursuits.
Indeed. Well, I'll start off by saying, once upon a time, I got a bookmark that I absolutely adored. It was had a quote on it from Groucho Marx. It said, "Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read."
Fair enough.
I'll start with that, and I'll move on from there to top 10 most common superstitions.
Okay.
This possibly does have at least some minor amounts of origins to them as well. So, superstitions can best be described as beliefs that have no rational basis.
So, like the Republican Party?
They just, yeah. Wait, does that mean we just get to refer to them as the superstitious now?
Well, they are, superstitious and cowardly lot.
They're Batman villains?
They are characters of themselves, really. Toast away!
So he whips up the scarecrow mask. It is very nice, by the way.
I'll have to actually post a picture with that.
Yeah, very nice.
With the video.
Audio.
Or audio. Shut up! I don't words!
Some superstitions may be for fun.
I have words. I have the best words.
I know words.
While others may affect you deeply enough to affect the choices in your life. None of these are based in facts, but they do have a lot of history and a little bit of tradition behind them. None of us really know why, though. None of us know why we walk under a ladder, or
why we don't walk under a ladder.
Right. Why we won't walk under a ladder is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So you don't look up the kilt of the electrician.
I actually had an electrician that was wearing a kilt once. It was awkward.
Yeah.
It was a very windy day.
No sparring?
No, it fell off apparently. He caught it. He was talking to me. He caught it when he had to climb one of the posts.
You would think he'd have a use for it.
Yeah. But when he was climbing back down, it caught on one of the pegs. Ooh. And it just snapped off, and so came right off. Sporn is the what would be known as the dome guard. Keep it from lifting in breezes.
Also, they have modesty snaps that can be added.
Modesty snap. Is that something that just goes between your legs then? It just keeps
actually, it just keeps it from flaring out.
But it goes between the legs then, right?
No.
No?
No.
Because that would be like a weird thing. Like, I don't...
No, it basically just turns it into a miniskirt. But it's one of those form-fitting miniskirts, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's form-fitting?
Well, no, but I'm saying
it holds... I could like rock a skirt. I mean, I'm sorry.
It holds the same. It holds the same purpose. It won't ride up. That's the idea.
It won't ride up, and it shows off my lovely gams.
Yeah, something like that.
And look at them yams.
Anyway, there are so many in our culture that even in our specific culture, American culture, that I couldn't possibly find them all. I couldn't possibly, say I believe these or anything like this. I just went online and looked for the 10 most common.
Okay.
Number 10 is saying "God bless you." Basically, equals good luck. When people,
sneeze.
when they sneeze is most common.
Bless you.
Because supposedly your soul trying to escape.
Yep.
Right. It's part of the it's part of etiquette these days.
Yeah.
Even if you don't really believe in God, even atheists say "God bless you."
It depends. Around work, it's more common to either hear "shut up" or "curse you."
I like that.
More
But,
often, "shut up."
Hey, you are the face noises. Knock it off.
Not even that. Just "head you, shut up."
I think
Stuff it. Okay.
I think the better one for that is I had some friends where every time they knew you were about to sneeze, they would look at you and say, "Think of a cow," and immediately, almost immediately anyway, the thought "I have to sneeze" would disappear out of your head. Nobody knows why. I definitely don't.
Easily distracted people.
I'm not that easily distracted all that often.
Hey, something shiny.
Good try.
Hey, look, don't let him lie to you.
That's because you're using the wrong lure.
Hey, look, boobs! I'm getting glared at.
Have you not earned it?
I only speak the truth.
Only speak the truth.
As he says, the man whose pants are currently on fire.
Winter was getting warm. Here I was just thinking it was my award-winning personality.
What award did it win?
Worst dressed.
Anyway, so the thing about it is people think it's part of good etiquette, but it is actually considered a superstition. In the 6th century, people were congratulated for sneezing because it was thought that they were expelling evil spirits, which is actually why we started giving people with the common cold lobotomies to try and help them expel the demons.
Fair enough. Say, hey, hold up. What? I'm gonna stick this rod up your nose and wiggle it. It'll be okay.
Sounds like a terrible come on.
Hi, my name's Rod.
How about black cats for bad luck? I'm sure you guys have heard that one before. I'll tell you right now, some of the best cats I've ever owned have been black, but the most recent one that I did own, and I had no problem with them.
Yeah.
I have no problem with black cats, so my best cats have been black.
That's what I'm saying. But
My family's owned a lot of black cats,
but
it's okay.
But the most recent one we did have, we didn't get her fixed, and she tended to pee on stuff we liked that we owned that she knew we liked it.
Well, clearly you should have gotten her fixed. She had a leak.
Anyway,
Call a plumber.
We were glad to get rid of her.
guys
But
are
it's worth
crackheads.
mentioning that was in fact the last black cat we owned.
I technically currently have a black cat. It's by my parents' house. My little brother has it now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird one. Had a girl buy me a cat so that I would love her. That didn't work out well for me, her, or the cat.
Well, cat's still alive, right?
I assume so, but you know the thing about assumptions and all that.
Anyway, in the Middle Ages, it was thought that witches keep black cats as companions.
Yep, knew that.
Some people even believe that these kitties could turn into witches or demons after 7 years. I don't know why the 7 years part.
7 is one of those unlucky numbers.
Yeah, but it's referred to as a magical number as well, which is why we somehow now associate it with good luck. But that's why if a black cat crosses our path, it's not considered a good omen, and it's not advised to keep going down that path. Even powerful men like Hitler and Napoleon, who were prepared to conquer nations, were terrified of black cat.
I believe we touched on this earlier. Villains. They're a superstitious and cowardly lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Napoleon wasn't exactly a villain per se. I mean, when compared to Hitler.
When you think about means,
Okay, fair.
yeah, like, given the opportunities and the power, I don't think he would have stopped where he was. And again, he kind of got overthrown and kicked out to a small island.
True.
So he didn't have the opportunity.
And what I know about that is that his first night there, he tried to commit suicide by drinking a poison. All it did was give him heartburn and a case of hiccups so bad that he threw it up.
Yeah. That's the other fun part to that too. Everyone assumes that Hitler was like really, really short. Like he was like a midget.
Well, he wasn't exactly a giant man.
He was average height.
Yeah, he was.
He was average height at the time. Problem is, he surrounded himself with the Imperial Guards.
Oh,
the
yes.
Imperial Guards were all people that would have been considered giants at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Which, funny enough, are about 6 foot.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about it is I know that first off, the things I know, his description of the master race, the Aryan race. First off, did you know that that's a term he stole from
Okay, we moved from
Morocco?
Napoleon to Hitler.
Yes.
Just so everyone's on the same page, because I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
Yeah, Hitler.
Napoleon didn't say anything about the Aryan
No,
race.
Hitler.
Oh, Hitler.
Yeah,
right.
Hitler.
Continue.
Yeah, he stole that term from basically like Morocco and the Arabic nations.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre when you think about it. Because of the fact that the original definition fits very closely to Hitler. Not necessarily, an average height man with dark hair, dark eyes, and darker complexion. Whereas he would use it to describe people who were more common in northern Germany.
Yeah. This basically goes into what the Nazi Party had a really good thing of. The propaganda, and part of propaganda is taking small parts of pretty much every other culture and assimilating it into your own and adapting it.
Relabeling it for yourself.
And adapting it in a way that you can advertise it in a way that, we're better. This is us. Yay, propaganda!
Indeed. But I knew that he had interest in the occult. I didn't know that he was afraid of black cats until this.
Oh, what was his... Goebbels? No. Who was it? Himmler. Heinrich Himmler was the one that was in charge of the SS occult, I believe. Yeah, I think it was Himmler that was the massive occult.
Sounds right.
I could be horribly wrong. I suck at names.
Right.
But it was one of the people that he appointed.
Yeah, where he appointed
that went
them
so
specifically. Oh, good God!
Down that line.
But when you think about it,
What's that?
The Energy.
Yeah, on an
Founder of Heinrich Himmler.
Woo! I remember things. Yeah, he's the one who went down that. And
the problem
created
I have,
the
though,
entire society basically of the Nazi Party.
The problem I have there, though, is that you had people of such extremes that were still so like-minded and bizarre. You had Himmler on the one side, and then on the other side, on the more scientific side, who'd you have?
Josef Mengele.
Yes, otherwise known as the Mangler.
Yeah. Oh, he had so many names that I can't remember.
I think the only reason that one became so associated with him was because of how close it was to his actual name.
Yeah.
You know that supposedly Hitler had been predicted by Nostradamus? He got it wrong by one letter, called him Himmler.
Heinrich Himmler.
No,
I'm just saying.
Hister. No, it was Hister. That's
Okay.
it.
Because I was gonna say if it was Himmler, that
No, it was Hister.
Because that would have just went underneath. You never know how much Himmler was actually behind the scenes going do puppet master. You don't know because Hitler was a very very soft spoken, very reserved, very he was a friggin' vegan.
Yeah, that one strikes me as bizarre.
Okay. Back then, they didn't have vegan as a word, but as a vegetarian.
Right, I understand that, but what I'm saying is...
Tea drinking pansy. I love tea dogs.
He was a vegetarian
who
who took over a nation known for eating meat.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't know. Like, maybe he was just... Because he was a charismatic person. He gave great speeches. Like, don't get me wrong. Bad guy. Bad stuff.
Oh, great at inspiring passion in his people. Yes.
But
not even his people.
Charismatic speech. That'll take people so far.
Well,
I mean,
we're
currently...
back to the Republican Party.
I was going to say that. Currently back to the Republican Party. You have, Donald Trump. He's up there giving this, that, and the other thing, and it's over the top, but it's captivating because it's so engaging to this, and this.
Even the people who hate him.
Yeah. They still talk about him.
And they watch him with rapt attention.
Yeah, and that's what Hitler did.
Fair
And
enough.
I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the, was it Fox News? I'm not going to say this guy is Hitler like they do. Like, this guy's Hitler, they're Nazis. I just love Fox News for that. I think it's Fox News that does that. Which guy? Because Jon Stewart, back in The Daily Show when he was running it, ran into... Who was it that always did that? It doesn't matter. Toast will find it eventually, maybe next time. But,
Wasn't O'Reilly, was it? I hope
no.
not. Okay.
No.
Because that would have been funny as hell, but...
But the guy, like I said, I can't remember it, but it's like you could start off on this, this menial topic where it's just it's trivial.
Yeah.
It's nothing that's really that bad. But then it just progresses into, and they're Nazis! Like, whoa! That went to 12 from a 3. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah. They actually wrote in the 11 and the 12, and then they skipped over 11. All right. Shall we wait on Toast?
No, I think he's content. He'll pipe in once he finds what he needs.
Okay. Well, because I was going to ask if you want to continue down the list.
Sure, let's continue down the list. I'll just interrupt you whenever I feel like it.
All right. Well,
Captain's prerogative.
we've got tossing spilled salt over your shoulder is a good omen. You've heard of that one before, I'm sure.
It's more so if you spill it, it's a bad omen. If you don't toss it over it, it cleanses
Right.
it.
Right.
It's to appease the spirits.
But it's always been considered a valuable substance capable of purifying and warding off evil spirits.
What did I say?
Since the Dark Ages.
That one I knew.
Tossing it over your left shoulder. Back to a specific thing too. Well, I never quite understood
Closest
why.
to your heart.
Is that the reason? Okay. So tossing it over your left shoulder.
Is that the left shoulder? The left side was considered to be evil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't there a big
sinister.
Wasn't there a big anti left hand campaign for the longest time in Europe?
Because I don't remember. Toast actually told me this. That's where the term sinister came from. Is like left-handed.
Really?
It's something like that. I'm butchering it. He actually showed it to me as an actual thing that.
Makes you wonder if Mr. Sinister is left-handed.
Oh, that is a great Marvel character that I hope that they don't bring into any of the friggin' X-Men movies because they'll. Oh wait, no, they already did. It's
They did?
X-Men Apocalypse, I do believe.
Is he?
If he's not, they screwed up because he is.
Well, he'd have to be, right?
He's a key player in
Yeah.
Apocalypse
Yeah, he's a major player there.
because he's basically the.
I'm wondering how
He's
they're
like the
gonna play
envoy of Evan Sur.
that. Yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to play that one.
Horribly.
You
He
think
looks
so?
like Ivan Ooze.
Now, explain it for people who don't know.
Alright, so Ivan Ooze, in case you don't know, or are too young, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers released a movie back in, what was it, 92?
God, no.
I don't remember, maybe
It
95?
would, I think it would be closer to 95 or 6.
They released a movie where it's Power Rangers and
It
the
was just
Mystery of
called-
the Ooze or some crap.
No.
it's just-
You're crossing titles.
I don't know.
You're talking about Ninja Turtles: The Secret of the Ooze, which is number 2 in
I
that
don't
list.
think that was, but
But no,
Mighty
it's
Morphin Power Rangers, the
the
movie.
movie.
It's just
called the
95.
movie.
95.
hey.
I got the freaking year. Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Year.
Andy has a Facebook page.
Good God.
But yeah, 1995, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Ivan Ooze was the villain. That what was her name?
Rita.
Rita. Do you remember her last name?
Repulsa.
Rita Repulsa.
Repulsa. How do you know that?
I was forced to watch some of it, and some of it just because I got bored.
Rita Repulsa. She
It was
went-
really
she
popular
went
with
and,
kids in my neighborhood. That's the only reason.
She
I
went
knew
and
it.
raised Ivan Ooze, which was this ancient,
Basically, he
super
was.
bad.
I was going to say. Basically, he was primordial ooze.
Yeah,
Wasn't he?
Yeah, and he's the main antagonist of that movie, and
Right.
he's this guy who's cloaked and he's like purplish, a little bit blue in the face. He's got this weird goatee and just like weird. And,
Didn't they look like
if you've
tentacles?
seen- yeah, not really. If you've seen any of the trailers for X-Men Apocalypse, I don't know if that's Ivan Ooze or if that's the Apocalypse that they're showing.
Let me see. Ooze.
Yeah,
It's
but
Ooze.
if you've seen the he just pulled up a.
Wow, the parallels.
I told you.
are
I
frightening.
friggin' told you.
The parallels on that are frightening.
He pulled up a meme of Ivan Ooze and the Apocalypse standing next to each other, and the wording is from Ivan saying, "Brother, is that you?"
I think that's down to the lighting scheme, though, because Apocalypse commonly is
He's a pale gray to a blue.
to blue, right?
His suit and uniform, all that kind of stuff. His
Blue.
his chassis is a blue.
Yeah.
His face is mostly gray,
Right,
with blue lips.
makeup. Well, and the jawline,
It's Egyptian.
right?
So it's Egyptian makeup and it's blue. Blue is very royal. It's a hard color to make, so that's why it was very royal and
Right.
regal. It's a regal color because blue is a pain in the butt. It's the most expensive color to make. That's why only noble families and nobility throughout the medieval and earlier were blue.
And
Whereas-
purple. Purple was also became
I
a
was
big
gonna say,
one.
it's blue and purple. Purple was actually a little bit cheaper because you mixed a little bit of the blue with red.
Right.
So it was the second grade. It's
Well,
tiering.
it actually depended on what kind of purple.
Yeah.
Because there were certain purples that they could only make with certain things
Yeah.
in nature, which made them more expensive than the blue. So it depended on what type of purple they were using. Which is why they came
I
up
was
with
gonna
the colors or which is why they came up with colors like royal blue, royal purple,
Yeah.
royal velvet, which is actually referred to as a purple color.
But I was going to say that's actually why the Roman Empire and Roman, centurions and legionnaires That's why they all had red. For the simple fact of, A, well, you don't have to wash blood out of it, and B, it was like one of the cheapest.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap.
Alright, so on that wonderful note of fact, validation, and verification, any other shuns we should add to here? No? Alright. Skipping over his thoughts here. We're going to farm this out, and Mr.E, would you like to bid adieu?
Until next time.
There you go. A good web guru toast.
What?
Parting words.
If you're using a comb, make sure you go the right direction.
That would be a good parting word. Alright, and this is your captain, not of a Boeing, just of a dead Paul. Thank you for joining the, what is this? Tales from the Time Traveler's Tavern? Apparently that's what we are. Thank you for joining. So that's it.
You've got to fix the boat, or get on and swim. You don't sit there bitching.